Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about this nice row of deep water culture tomato plants that I put in. This video is brought to you in part by our Patreon contributors. Our top contributors are TrueAquaponics.com, GreenLifePlanet.net, GlassBottleOutlet.com, and GrowPockets.com. Thanks for your support. This spring I got slowed down a bit with a bout of pneumonia, so I haven't been able to do everything I've wanted to get done. I do have some lettuce growing in the new deep water culture bed along with some strawberries. It's sort of my trial and to ramp up things as my fish start growing out. However, the rest of the beds are basically empty. They're just covered with rafts. So I think I might experiment down on this far side with some deep water culture tomatoes. They did pretty well last year in the dome, and I'll try growing them in here. I have a few extra plants left over from planting out in the dome, so we'll throw them down in here. In past years I would just hang up my tomatoes with baling twine, and I've shown those in other videos. And this year I finally did crack and bought some of these really nice hangers that just have the twine on a spool along with the tomato clips. That'll make it much easier this year to put the tomatoes up and keep them strung up without having to tie knots on little pieces of twine like in the past years. So looking forward to using these. In order to hang these up, they basically just sit on a cable, so that's not installed right now, so I'm going to put up this cabling up along the top of the greenhouse, and that'll allow me to hang a bunch of these fairly easily. I'm planning on this just being a temporary install for this year. These beds are really not designed for doing tomatoes in them, so I'm just gonna put this in with a few clamps, and next year I can take it out fairly easily and reuse this cable someplace else where I really want to put it. I'll just drape these over here to support it a little bit. On this other end, I normally would have installed a turnbuckle so I could tension this cable to keep it nice and tight. But since this is just a temporary install, I'm gonna sort of give it a tug, tension it that way, and tighten these up, and that should be enough for at least this year to keep things from drooping too badly. I only need holes right along the edge for the tomato plants, and I don't want to cut holes in these perfectly good blanks. So what I'm going to do is take a 8x8 squares worth and rotate them and then put a couple of my old rafts in here that already have some holes in them. Since I only need a couple of holes near the edge, I'll just take the spare one, do something like that with it, and I'll just help block some of the light from getting down into those extra holes. I had these tomatoes growing in the dome greenhouse for the last couple months just to get them started. Now that I'm finally able to get things going in here, I can get them planted. I'm using the Grow Grips again, just like last time. Put it in, stuff an extra one in to give a little extra support. And once these plants really take off, they're truly supported by the cabling and not the Grow Grip. It just sort of helps to keep it in place for now. These These clips are really nice because they can grab onto the twine, and when it pinches closed it keeps it from sliding up and down on the twine. So all you have to do is put it underneath a branch of your plant, clip it closed, and it stays right in there and helps us support it. The young plants, I put a bunch of clips in it. Once it gets going, it won't need this many. I didn't have them supported in the dome at all, so they were just sort of growing and getting really crooked. I'm putting all these 2 feet apart. Just makes it nice and easy to space things out. Essentially it's 2 per raft. It's just a big sucker. I had posted a picture of these on Facebook and Instagram right after I had transplanted them, and they're all wilted. And I got a whole bunch of comments on how horrible my tomatoes look. They were a little bit neglected in the dome when I put them in, and then I was sick for a bit, so I couldn't really take care of them. And they were mostly falling down, so getting them upright and straightened out, it will take a few days for them to straighten out. But they'll come in nice and strong. I sort of went through the same issues last year with the tomatoes, where it took them a little bit while to get established. But once they get up and going, they're going to be fine. So once again, thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.